My name is Bran Fortner. My class is At Home in the Universe. Humanity has struggled with existential questions forever. Typically, this search for meaning and purpose has been inward, directed towards ourselves. In this course, we look outward at the universe for discussions of our existence. We start with stars, galaxies, dark matter, dark energy, cosmic beginnings and cosmic endings, exoplanets, exolife, and exointelligence. We end with our need to explore, to survive, and thrive in order to find purpose and meaning. The first lecture, we covered the heavens, electricity, magnetism, and stars. The second lecture I call Cosmology for Beginners, where we cover the Big Bang, dark matter, dark energy. The third lecture is Life in the Cosmos, where we cover planets outside our solar systems and exolife, life outside our solar system. The fourth lecture is Humanity in the Cosmos, how we travel between planets and stars and the challenges of space travel. Fifth lecture is Intelligence in the Cosmos. We cover the Drake equation, the rare earth hypothesis, the Fermi paradox, and the Kardashian scale. The sixth lecture and last lecture is Meaning and Purpose in the Cosmos. We cover the doomsday calculation, the great filter, and our search for meaning and purpose in the cosmos. The answer is not here, it's out there. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. I'm Annette Isaacs. I am a German historian, and I'm back at OLLI at FSU with a 3-week program behind the music, Wagner, Clara Schumann, and Beethoven revealed. And we are going to dedicate each session to one of the giants of German music history, of course, Richard Wagner. Then we have Beethoven. As you might know, this year is the 200th anniversary of Beethoven's Ode to Joy. It premiered in 1824. So we're going to talk about behind the music in terms of the man, who was Beethoven, because I'm a historian. I'm not really a musicologist. And then the third person that I would like to talk to you about is Clara Schumann. Everybody knows about her husband, Robert, but we are dedicating ourselves to Clara, who was not only a mother of 8 and a composer, but also one of the greatest pianists in German music history. The program is going to take place on Mondays, March 18, 25, and April 1st from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. And I'm looking forward to seeing you there.
Hi, my name is Lisa Wickstead, and I'm with Connections Yoga, and I'm going to be offering Yin Yoga, Rest and Restore. This is a gentle yoga class that's floor poses of seated and recline poses. Your body is well supported by props, whether this is blankets or pillows, bolsters, or cushions. And the idea is to take the energy out of our muscles, to relax our muscles so that we can get into the deep connective tissues that wrap around our joints and our ligaments and tendons. And by holding poses quietly for about 3 minutes with variations, we help to thicken the connective tissues. And with that acupressure of the body or the props or the earth, we're then able to release that after holding poses. And you get this nice rushing blood to be released into the body, which increases our blood circulation in the bodies and our joint mobility. So with this class, focusing on the deep connective tissues of the back, the hips and the knees, you are able to leave feeling renewed, refreshed, and restored. So classes will be on Mondays from 10:30 to 11:30, and I hope you'll be able to join me for the 6 weeks class. Thank you so much.
Everybody, my name's Nick Santamaria. Now, I'm in my car right now because I'm on vacation, but I stopped to do this just so you'll join me every Monday starting February 19th. On Zoom. That's from noon until 2 o'clock. We're going to be talking about brothers and sisters, the siblings of show business. There are so many siblings in show business, and we're going to be meeting most of them, and you're going to be finding out about them. And you're also going to be seeing film clips of most of them. So I'm talking about as far back to the Dolly sisters or the Hilton sisters, who were attached at the hip. And that's not a colloquialism, I mean, really, literally. And to the Ritz brothers and the Marx brothers. And did you know that 3 of the 3 Stooges were brothers? Well, you're going to learn all about that. And what about the women? The McGuire sisters, the Andrews sisters, the Boswell sisters. It's just incredible. Backstage, the Ringling brothers, the Warner brothers. You're going to find out about all of these fascinating people in my class, brothers and sisters. I hope you'll join up and join us. We have a lot of fun. Thank you. See you soon.
Hi, my name is Nicolette Castagna, and I'm here from the FSU College of Medicine, Department of Geriatrics, and I also work at the Tallahassee Senior Center. Please join me in my class. It's a practical class. We're going to learn a lot of things that are going to help those in a family caregiving situation. My class is called Family Caregiving with Knowledge and Empowerment. We'll be on Zoom for 3 Mondays starting in February. And whether you're in this role currently caring for a family member or friend, whether that's a live-in situation or a long-distance situation, and any capacity that you're supporting another person, often another person with chronic health conditions, we're going to learn about all the things that come up in this situation. From navigating the system of care, whether that's in-home help to residential care options, starting off really trying to assess the unique needs of your situation, how to figure out what's going to come up in the future, and how to best get the help that you and your family needs. Also, a big part of caring for another person is caring for yourself, so we avoid that burnout that can come up in so many situations. So we're going to work on some practical tips and strategies for maintaining your own physical and mental well-being while you care for another. So join me and embark on this journey of helping someone else with knowledge and empowerment.
Hi, everyone. My name is Danny Georgiadis, and the course title is What is Systems Engineering? A system is defined as any two components working together to achieve an objective. And we're going to cover that in great detail. Electrical engineers cover things like circuits and power distribution. Mechanical engineers design mechanical machines. Civil engineers design structures and buildings and bridges, where systems engineers is a multidisciplinary engineering effort that encompasses the entire life cycle of very complex systems. Systems like space shuttles, submarines, large deck ships that go on the water. So we're going to look at the entire systems engineering life cycle, covering things like the definition period, the development period, the deployment period, all the way through disposal, and all of the intricate details that tie into that, like logistics, like how do you write a requirement? How do you turn that requirement into a cost estimate over the entire life cycle? We're going to be looking at multi-billion-dollar systems, simulations, risk management, test and evaluation. How do we verify and validate the system actually meets the requirements? So I hope to see you all in this class. Dr. Gross will be joining me. We're going to have 4 courses, 2 right before spring break and then 2 right after spring break. So I hope to see you there. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Emmanuel Abramovitz, and I will be teaching a class called Broadway Musicals, A Fascinating History, with 6 sessions starting on February 20th until April the 2nd. We'll study with plenty of audiovisual support. We'll explore the history of different types of musicals: Oklahoma, My Fair Lady, Showboat, Guys and Dolls, Company, Hair, Cabaret, Rent, and so many others. I'm a big fan of history and music. So I will start with the panorama of music during the 19th and the 20th century. Then we'll explore timpanelli and the evolution of musical comedy, then book musicals, then concept musicals during the 70s with works by Stephen Sondheim and so many others, and the present day big show, big productions. And with a crystal ball, we'll explore the future of Broadway musicals. So yes, join us. We'll be waiting for you. You will enjoy the history, the fascinating history of Broadway musicals.
My name is Leo John Grogan, and I teach the course, The Scramble for Africa, or How the African Countries Got Their Shapes. I have a PhD in American history with a minor concentration in African colonial history. Also, I'm a retired Marine Corps officer. I've traveled to East Africa many times in the past 30 years. And in 1994, I was on the last airplane flying American troops out of Somalia. I have taught the Scramble for Africa course for OSHA programs at Pitt, Carnegie Mellon, and Cal State Channel Islands. I'm currently teaching the course for Eckert's Osher program, and I'm scheduled to teach it for the Osher at UMass Boston in the spring. What do you know about Africa? Was your earliest experience, like mine, limited to Johnny Weissmuller playing Tarzan? Or maybe it was Marlon Perkins on Wild Kingdom. Perhaps if you're old enough to remember, it was during the early 1960s when it seemed every other story on network news involved atrocities in the former Belgian Congo. Or maybe it was in the 1990s when similar stories emanated from Somalia and Rwanda. I wrote in the course description that most of Africa was generally unknown to the rest of the world until the 1880s, when an ambitious and ruthless king from a minor European country sparked a rush for glory and riches that years later would be known infamously as the Scramble for Africa. My goals in the course are to examine the beginnings of the scramble and try to explain how the rush for glory and riches helped shape culturally and politically the continent we know today. Admittedly, my perspective is Eurocentric. That was the focus of my scholarship. Africa is a vast continent with over 3,000 different ethnic groups, few of which have much in common. However, I'll do my best to present the African perspective. I give my classes using PowerPoint with a lot of visuals, including short videos. The videos are there to enhance learning and have a little fun. Thanks for your time, and see you in class.
Hugh Lehman. I'm the instructor for our upcoming course here at Florida State University, OLLI. The class will be on Tuesdays from 1:30 p.m. till 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The title of the course is Around the World Art History. We will travel through time and space, looking at different ways that we see art manifest the spiritual realm, as well as showing social power structures and how these two concepts are intrinsically interwoven within one another. And our course will start in ancient China. Then we'll turn our attention to ancient Rome, as well as eventually moving towards West Africa and the Bantu cultures. Finally, we'll turn our attention to the Aboriginal cultures of Australia, and then we'll take a look at the colonial era through art in Latin America, as well as the Dutch colonization of the Americas. This will ultimately result in our ability to begin to look at art as something far more than as something that is a decoration on the wall, as we can oftentimes oversimplify in modern context, to see art as something that affects the way people believe, how they think, and ultimately how they behave. With each one of these courses from ancient China and ancient Rome, all the way up to the colonial era, we will look to see how these artworks, the rituals surrounding them, the beliefs and ideas continue to exert force on our world to this very day. I hope you'll join us, and I look forward to connecting further. That class is on Tuesdays from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope to see you soon. Thank you very much.
My course that I'm teaching for Florida State University OLLI is In Prison Without Trial, Japanese in War II. I'll be giving this perspective to you a little differently because it's not going to be just about history, dates and facts and so on, but I'll be inserting into it personal vignettes and anecdotes that involve my parents and my family during the course of their incarceration for the 3 to 4 years they were in the camps. 15 of my family members were imprisoned in 3 of the different camps throughout the United States. And so that will be the basis for my perspective. The course is 3 sessions. The first session will be basically the prelude, the events that led up to World War II and December 7th. And we'll go into the executive order and all the mechanics of that. The second and third days, we'll be talking about the assembly camps, the assembly centers, and what it was like being in camp. And in the last session, we'll finish up with the 442nd Combat Regimental Team. That was the most decorated unit composed of all Japanese Nisei men. And then we'll talk about the legal implications and today's implications of where we stand today. So I hope you join us for the class. When I will enjoy looking forward to seeing you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Marty Richards, and I'll be teaching chair yoga on Tuesdays from 2:30 to 3:30 for 6 weeks. We'll be on Zoom, so you can join from your home, and we'll all practice in our living rooms together. Chair yoga is real yoga. We'll begin each class seated in a chair and go through and learn different breathing and centering practices. Then we'll move into some warm-up, where we'll start the movements that can take us into our standing practice. We'll have this chair available for moving in and out of yoga postures and also for balance, so that we'll practice as needed with the chair. So it's available for you. It's always there to steady. You can always opt to use it. You can opt to let go if you're feeling really steady. You can do the practice also sitting in the chair. We'll also use a chair for balance poses as we move into balance, moving into tree pose, help us stay upright and feel steady. When we're done with our standing practice, we'll again move into the chair, and we'll finish with some moments for cooling down and also for rest and relaxation, which is a typical ending of a yoga practice. So this practice was going to really encourage everybody and show everybody how to use yoga to suit your level of strength and energy and health on that day, in that moment. So it's a practice for everybody called Yoga for All. Thank you. I hope you can join me.
Hi, I'm Dr. Diana Simpson. I'm an assistant teaching professor in the financial planning program at Florida State University, Panama City. And I'll be teaching the course, Minding Your Money. Now, we've subtitled this program the No Mansplaining class because it's for ladies only. In this course, it will be focused on a woman's perspective towards finance and financial planning. The course is fully online. There will be 4 sessions. In the first session, we'll cover general topics regarding women in finance, everything from basic money management to complex estate planning. Of course, we'll cover topics like insurance, investments, and tax strategies, but also family communication about finances and even financial psychology. So during the first meeting, we'll determine which topics are of most interest to participants, and we'll focus on those in the next 3 sessions. I hope you'll join us. It's really going to be fun.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Deep and Dark Web discussion, where we will look into how the internet was developed, what the internet is, what's the difference between the internet and the World Wide Web, what is the deep web, what is the dark web. My name is Banyan Pelham. I am the Assistant Dean of the College of Applied Studies in Panama City, Florida. We will begin our discussion at looking at the early developments of the internet, what it was used for, and who developed it, particularly DARPA and the United States government, along with several universities, in its initial infancy when routers and switches were first designed to allow the dissemination of electronic data. Then we'll look at the formation of the World Wide Web, how that uses the internet and how they differ. Then we will look at the deep web, figure out what the deep web is, and will explain how there's 100 times more information in the deep web than there is on the surface web, or the web that you can see by searching Google or any of the surface web search engines. And then we will finish our discussion by talking about the dark web. What is that? Why do they call it the dark web, and why it can be a scary place? So I look forward to speaking with everyone, and I will see you in class on March the 20th.